it's Dr. Carpenter again. In my practice, we use the Huggins Protocol for most of our dental procedures. Anytime that we're working with mercury, removing mercury, anytime we're working with poisonous metal crowns, anytime that we're doing surgery for root canals or cavitations, the backbone of how we get our results is the Huggins Protocol. I wanted to talk a little bit about how I came to know Dr. Huggins and how important I think it is for the Huggins Protocol to continue to be promoted and taught to dentists. I first met Dr. Huggins maybe 8 or 10 years ago when he was coming to do blood chemistry training and revisions with Dr. Stuart Nunnally in Marble Falls. Dr. Nunnally is a fantastic man and was always generous and open with me coming to shadow him and watch him in his practice. After I was diagnosed with mercury poisoning in 2010, it was Stuart Nunnally that removed my mercury and cleaned my cavitations and basically started to introduce me to the entire protocol and show me what potential I had to really help people in the future around my dental procedures. And it's a real joy in my life and a blessing like I can't explain. You know, I have people come in that are in chronic illness, feeling bad, not able to sleep, not able to eat or digest foods. They're not feeling well, they're discouraged, they're depressed. A lot of these are the side effects of having exposure to a poison like mercury. And you know, I had the highest recorded mercury levels that the only mercury specific lab in the world had ever seen in 2010. You know, I've spoken to Chris Shade and he's actually had some people with higher mercury levels since me. But at the time, you know, my levels were extremely high. I believe it's one of the reasons that I had an opportunity to meet and work with Dr. Huggins. But I was going down to Marble Falls, shadowing Stuart Nunnally, you know, once or twice a month for 6 or 7 months to see how the whole thing worked. At the same time, I was trying to do things to correct things in my lifestyle with food and supplements and things to try to regain my health. So all this stuff was happening at the same time. Now that Dr. Huggins is gone, you know, and has passed away, I've noticed as I've been at dental meetings and talked to some of the other colleagues that I used to see at the Huggins trainings, there doesn't seem to be as many people participating in the Huggins Protocol as there used to be, and I think it's unbelievably unfortunate for dentists and also for patients. The Huggins Protocol was one of the first research protocols that was actually developed to help protect dentists in the process of removing mercury. It protects patients also, but it also protects the dentists. I think the things that Hal developed as far as understanding what technologies cleaned an operatory and how to do things safely for the patient, this is critical information for protecting dentists. And because of my own personal experience with mercury exposure, I'm very sincere and very motivated around working with my patients and helping them and see them improve. And it's a joy like I don't know how to explain. You know, I wish more doctors could have the experience of watching their health, the health of their patients improve, seeing the things that they do to people and seeing it cause an increase in their vitality and the joy in their life. It's the sweetest spot in medical practice that I can imagine. I actually get to see my patients heal. We receive a lot of feedback with letters, gifts, things from people telling us about their improvements. And it always feels real good in my flesh to receive that information, but I'm always reminded of Dr. Huggins. I'm always reminded of Stuart Nunnally. I'm reminded of Blanche Gruby. Dr. Gruby was Dr. Huggins' right hand. She was the person there helping him develop the protocol. It would be very appropriate that Dr. Gruby would be the one doing that work now and helping to promote the Huggins Protocol. She knows more about it than anyone. So, but I really understand that it's these people who took a shine to me when I was sick. They did things to help me in my practice. They did things to help me with my health. They did things to help me in my development. That's really the spirit of the Huggins group, is it's people doing their best, working a little harder, giving a little bit extra, and trying to have a better outcome with the patient. And that may be one of the main differences as you get into a Huggins-oriented dental revision. It's not just a dentist, it's someone trying to take more responsibility for the patient's health outcome. It's trying to take more responsibility for their successful healing. That's one of the, at a high elevation, that's one of the main differences that I understood between being a traditional general dentist or working with Dr. Huggins. There are aspects of the Huggins Protocol that I still trip out on, trying to figure out and understand how Hal developed these things, because you know, I've recently gone back to school and gotten a naturopathic license, and the other things that I'm talking about on these videos, neurotherapy and ozone therapy, these are integrative therapies that I'm doing in conjunction with my dental procedures to try to get improved results. And I really understand that Dr. Huggins was doing the same thing. For example, when we do surgery or we take out mercury, we do IV vitamin C. IV vitamin C is the most highly absorbed form of vitamin C. It makes good common sense. Vitamin C is shown in research to be an incredible wound healer. It does a lot of things to help support liver function. It helps to feed and balance the glutathione antioxidant system that ultimately chelates mercury. I mean, it's really intelligent. Dr. Huggins, you know, in the 80s and 90s was considering doing things like antioxidant infusions in conjunction with his dental procedure. It's a big deal. Dr. Huggins was also thinking about our electrical body and doing acupuncture and acupressure to help align the energy system at the end of the revision, understanding that trauma to the head can cause, like we talked about with neurotherapy, it can cause blockages and disruptions in how the body's nervous system communicates. I've seen this with patients. I've had certain patients come in that you know, because people are people, they like to pick and choose sometimes what they have. I had one woman one time that didn't want to have the acupressure at the end of the surgery. And I don't make people do things or tell them that I'm not going to help them if they don't do one aspect of it. So we did her surgery. This was the only patient I ever saw that had problems with her gait or walking after the surgery. She ended up in another city seeing a chiropractor who recommended that she have some body work, some acupuncture and acupressure, and that ended up correcting her problems with her walking and hips after her surgery. I'm still learning all the value and the intelligence to the protocol that Dr. Huggins developed. Things that contribute to the distress we're under with health problems. Biologic dentistry is not the only one. But the truth is, I really believe and have had this experience in the clinic. I think biologic dentistry is at the core of people's health problems. We see exposure to the most poisonous metals on earth. We see exposure and fatigue around the worst infections on earth. And I think it's at the core of what's happening with people's health problems. So I'm really thankful to God and thankful to Dr. Gruby and Dr. Huggins and Dr. Nunnally and Dr. Rothschild and all the people that were supportive to me and helping me learn this protocol, because I'm thrilled to do it for patients now. I'm thrilled to be able to speak with confidence at the results we're going to see. I'm thrilled to be able to tell the patients, just like Dr. Nunnally told me, you know what, you're going to feel better when we get this stuff out. And I'm thrilled to be able to give people hope around their procedures. I'm thrilled to be able to empower people to be at their best. And I just appreciate the opportunity to talk about it.